You're this perp back with another video, and last night I got to checking out the first two episodes of The Outsider. This is a miniseries on HBO based on a novel. I think it's based off the Stephen King novel, or maybe Joe Hill. I don't know, one of those two. Anyways, it has Stephen King's name on it or whatever. I'm definitely going to check it out. I'm going to get into spoilers with episode 2, but episode 1 you'll be able to kind of follow along if you want to go check it out. Or just let me know what you guys think about this whole series as a whole. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also follow me on Twitter at perkminded420. So let's get right into it. So this first episode is directed by Jason Bateman, and he's also starring in this series as well, next to Ben Mendelsohn. You know, Ben Mendelsohn plays Ralph in this. He plays Detective Ralph, and Jason Bateman's character pretty much plays this little league coach. He's known around the town, and these two kind of have a connection with one another. It's not like clearly stated, but you know, they definitely know each other. Jason Bateman's character, Terry, pretty much is accused of killing a kid, and they waste no time and they pull up on him at his little league game in front of everybody, kind of embarrassing him. And you know, I love the tension that it sets up. I love the way this is shot. It's very clean. It's not all over the place. It's really well paced. Like I say, wasn't expecting to enjoy these first two episodes so much. Especially the first episode kind of really hooks you in if you're into those types of murder mystery type of storytelling. So, you know, he takes him in. There's all this evidence against Terry, Jason Bateman's character, that links him to this crime of these two kids dying. And, you know, he's dead set on just putting him in jail without really looking too through the evidence. And you know, it kind of bites him in the ass eventually. But this is pretty much what the first episode is all about. Pretty much is Ben Mendelsohn's character and Jason Bateman's character. And Jason Bateman did his thing directing this episode. I thought it was really well shot. It leaves you with a lot of questions and just what's going on. You know, how could this person be at two places at the same time? You know, Jason Bateman's character Terry, he pretty much makes it obvious that he wasn't there, but you know, Ralph doesn't really believe him, and because one of the kids is his that got killed, and you know, he's got to have to figure out who this mystery killer is. And there's definitely something more mischievous going on. There's definitely something way out of their league that they're not able to put two and two together right now. There's definitely something evil at work, because when you go through these two episodes, there's a reoccurring character that no one can see, but I think I'll get to who I think can actually see this person. And it's gonna come down to this person that's been teased throughout these two episodes. He's got a kind of fucked up face, but it's kind of being hidden under the hoodie and whatnot. And I find it really interesting that he pops up very conveniently whenever somebody goes missing or dies, or just there's a crime scene. He always kind of pops up. So I'm wondering what he's going to have to do with everything. Going into episode 2 now, this is where we're going to start talking about spoilers. So if you haven't got this far into the series, I suggest you come back, watch the episode 2 and come back. So episode 2 opens up with Ralph going to go visit Terry to kind of, you know, tell him this doesn't really make sense. None of the evidence is really linking up. You know, your story is kind of clear and this all doesn't really make sense. But he's not ready to let him go, but he knows the truth because they have to sit down, and he tells him the truth, like, I had nothing to do with the death of your son. He gets ready for court, and there's this huge gathering here, like the whole town's here, which the security was really poor in this. Like, I don't know where the security was, where the cops were, because they just let this one person through, and just open fires on people. Terry ends up getting shot in the neck, which I was not expecting. This is like the first 10 minutes of this episode, mind you, and Ralph had to put the person down. Come to find out, it was one of the kid's brothers that wanted to take out Terry, because the town is completely turned on Terry now, and it like I said, it just kind of blew up in Ralph's face. He was not expecting for his decision to put Terry in cuffs and lock him up to really blow up in his face. Now the one son's father commits suicide, and you see our old friend pop back up. And like I said, the dude in the hoodie pops up very frequently whenever something weird happens, and I think he's controlling all this and manipulating everything that's going on right now. That's my predictions. But you see Ralph really feeling guilty for Terry's death because he jumped to a conclusion. Nobody wants to be labeled a child killer, and that's a really bad look, and he's gonna have to pretty much make things right now, and that's what he does going through this episode, trying to really figure things out. His wife, Terry's wife's definitely not trying to hear it, because she feels like you didn't listen to him when he told you he had nothing to do with it. Now you're coming to me to beg for forgiveness. And Ralph pretty much tries to tell her, like, look, there's something really weird going on. I think your husband was right. Your husband Terry was right, and I was wrong. I'm trying to just make things right. And going back to this little girl, Terry's daughter, she's able to see this figure, the dude in the hoodie, which I think is going to come into play in later episodes, because this is a mini-series, so they're kind of getting through the beats of the story pretty quickly. So it's going to be interesting to see the role she plays. I think she's going to be a very important key character going forward. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed these first 2 episodes. You guys should definitely go check this series out. It's a mini-series. I think it's only gonna have like 10 episodes, and then it's done. If you have checked out this series, let me know in the comments below what you think of the show so far, where it could go. Just let me know. I might review this episode to episode. We just gotta see. If I do, I'll put out a review every Monday. But until next time, I will check y'all out later, and enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace.
The problem is that people live for other people. That's why it's anti-dogma, because it's like people live their life according to what someone else should say. But yeah, I had to just lock in. A lot of people don't want to work. They want point B. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand though that it's like, yo, you really gotta do all this though to get there. Are you down for that, or you just want to be on the jet?